Hey everyone, welcome to the Life Changing Transformation podcast. I'm your host, Mohammed Faraj, and today our topic is incorporating gratitude in your daily life. I've noticed that many people they underestimate the power of gratitude. People they don't feel grateful in their life. So gratefulness is such a wonderful aspect of our life. When we feel grateful, our life enhances, our life transforms. We get new things, new positive stuff in our life. We feel differently. We feel grateful. We feel very positive in our life. We feel how lucky we are because we keep focusing, concentrating on other aspects in our life, and that way we forget how grateful we are. We forget the things, the people, the environment that we are living in, how great environment we have, how wonderful people we have in our life, how wonderful things can happen or happened before in our life. So gratitude is very important, and we need to incorporate gratitude exercise in our life. For me, every day I wake up in the morning, instead of thinking or focusing about what is lacking, what I'm missing, what I don't have, what I'm not getting, what's wrong with my life, instead of all that, I start to think first about my gratitude. I start to feel like how grateful I am, how wonderful life I have in my life, about my health, about my environment, about my house, about my job, about my business, about my education. So I start my day with gratitude. That way I'm conditioning my body on positivity, on the wonderful aspect about life, how beautiful the life is. So many people they don't exercise, they don't think, they just keep thinking about what is lacking, what's missing, what's wrong with their life. That way they get so often negative outcomes and their life doesn't enhance. They keep getting the same thing. They feel the same way as they used to feel like a year ago or 2 years or 3 years ago. So when we feel grateful about our life, we start to become aware of our life, how lucky we are, how wonderful life we have. We are better than most other people, other countries. They don't have what we have. They don't have the same life quality that we have. Other people in other world, they have so much suffer, struggling in their life. But we feel normal. We don't appreciate life. We don't feel grateful when we wake up in the morning or when we come back from work and meet our family. We don't think about this stuff. That's why our state of being becomes normal and we start to see life as it's just normal life and we're not lucky, we're not grateful in our life. So this becomes our state, and that's why we don't feel happy, we don't feel positive so often, we don't feel fulfilled in our life, even if good things happens in our life. So every time I get stressed or overwhelmed or something goes wrong, instead of complaining, instead of focusing on what happened or why did that happen or I could have avoid for this to happen, instead of all that, I stop myself and I start to think how grateful I am for my life. Even if something went wrong, it's okay. It's okay if something went wrong. It's okay if my day wasn't that perfect day. It's okay if something happened that I wasn't expected. It's okay. I start to think about other aspects of my life. I start to feel like how wonderful life I have, how wonderful people I have in my life. I have my house, I have my living, I have my payroll, I have everything, I have clothes. Why would I put all my time, all my energy, consuming all my effort on just something that went wrong? Why? Why should I focus on this? Why can't I think about the great things in my life, the wonderful things in my life? Why? Why do I become a miserable person just because some accident happened or something happened in my life? Why can't I feel grateful on what I have instead of what I don't have? We all have different lives. Everyone has a different life. Everyone has a different lifestyle or different personality. We're different. So we can't keep comparing ourselves with others. We can't compare our life with other people's life. Because if we continue comparing and focusing on what is missing, focusing on what's wrong, then we're not feeling grateful and we will end up feeling miserable or feeling down or less low energy in our life. So that's why we keep getting the same outcome. But instead, if we start to build a habit in our daily life, every day I wake up in the morning, I look at the mirror, I say to myself how wonderful I am, how great I am, how beautiful I am. I start to think about my life, how grateful, how healthy, how positive life I have. At the end of the day, on the evening, before I get to sleep, I feel about the projects. I feel the people that I have in my life. I think about the project that I completed for this day, my to-do list, the tasks that were laid down on my to-do list. I feel like how grateful I am that the day went with success, with happiness, with so much joy. I don't think about why did that went wrong, why didn't I finish that project, why didn't I complete that task or that assignment. If I'm complaining and blaming and thinking negatively, then I'm missing out in my life. Life is very short and we can't spend our life just thinking about what's wrong. Instead, we need to live a life with inspiration, with excitement, with gratitude. A lot of people don't have what we have. A lot of people, they wish they can have the same life that you have. So be grateful for what you have. Don't just think about what's missing, what's wrong, what you're lacking, what you don't have. Instead, feel grateful and good things will happen in your life. Even if you're missing a car today, someday you will have a car. Even if you're good relationship that will make you very happy,